Welcome back. A big day for high school football in the UP. Let's jump right in, starting in Menominee, where a regional title was on the line in Division 7. You know the storylines by now. The 10-1 Maroons hosting the 10-1 North Muskegon Norsemen this afternoon, 12 months after taking them down to advance to the state championship a year ago. First quarter here, Menominee with a 4th and 1 from the Norsemen 5. Tanner Turkoff up the gut. He's close. We need a measurement. And as the sticks come down, it's ruled short. North Muskegon takes over on down. So still no score. Let's go to the second quarter. Norsemen in the red zone. They hand it off to Hunter Wilder. He takes it 19 yards into the end zone for the first score of the game. 7-0 road team after the extra point is good. Uncharacteristic mistakes really doomed Menominee in this one. In plus territory here later in the second. Clayton Miller gets the carry, and that ball's ripped out. North Muskegon would take a 7-0 lead into halftime. And out of the break, more critical errors for the Maroons. Defense gets a stop, then Dawson Bardowski back to receive the punt. It's muffed. Norsemen pounce on it, and they would add a field goal to make it 10-0. Later in the third, wind mostly out of the Maroons' sails at this point. First and goal for North Muskegon. They give it to Wilder again, and he's in the end zone. Put his team up by 16, and that just about does it. A crushing blow to end Menominee's season. Final score, 23-0.
We picked a bad day to not play Maroon football. We had a lot of mistakes littered all over the field, and against a good football team like that, you certainly cannot give them that many chances. These seniors, since we took over, we're sophomores. We took a boatload of them up, and the seniors led us all year. And it was a great season. We just did not play good football today.
Well, another great season for the Maroons indeed ends in difficult fashion today. Staying with 11 player, we head to Iron Mountain for a Division 8 regional title fight between the Beale City Aggies and your Iron Mountain Mountaineers. And we'll pick up the action third quarter here, tied at 7 apiece. Norseman with the ball. Collier Smith fires a laser to Owen McKinney for a pickup of about 6 yards. Now that sets up a 3rd and long due to penalties, and the Norsemen find a hole. Drew Block takes the handoff. He has the blocks and cuts up the middle all the way to the end zone. It's 14-7 Beale City after the extra point. Let's go to the fourth quarter now. Mountaineers back with the ball, still trailing by 7. Ian Martela back to pass on a 3rd and 7 and lets it fly downfield to Alex Jane, who makes the catch. Jane had the touchdown earlier in the second quarter for the Mountaineers. Now, unfortunately, the drive stalls, and it's still 14-7, but Iron Mountain gets the ball back on a 3rd and 28. No problem. Martela slings it high and deep to Oscar Kangas. He somehow leaps and makes the catch. That sets up a 4th and 5. Mountaineers elect to go for it. But Martela's pass incomplete to Kangas, and the Mountaineers would turn it over on downs. The Norsemen go on the ground now when they get the ball back here on a 4th and 3, and McKinney gets the 3 yards and then some, giving Beale City a critical first down. The Aggies elect to kneel this one out and take the win. A close, hard-fought battle. Your final 14-7, making it 3 times in the last 4 years. Beale City has ended the Mountaineers' postseason run.
Well, I mean, Beale City is a really good football team, right? I just thought that, I told their coach, their ability to run the ball and our ability to run the ball, I thought that was the difference. You know, you got kids playing their tails off for 4 quarters, and you look at a 1-score game, comes down to making a play here, a play there, but we had chances. You know, it's no one's fault. You know, our kids played their tails off. I'm proud of them. We had a great season. I told them to, you know, walk off the field healthy with their head high, and I'm proud of the Mountaineer football team this year.
Well, the Mountaineers finished the season 11-1. Well, an emotional day not only because of the loss for Iron Mountain, but also because that game marked the final game for head coach Robin Martela, as he announced earlier this year he'd be retiring at the end of this season, his 23rd with the program. Here's what he had to say about this group, including his son, Ian.
The relationships that those guys will have for the rest of their life is something special, and I look forward to being a part of those relationships for a very long time. Wow, he cares, right? You want to coach kids that care. You know, he's lived it, and he told me he was sorry, and I just said I loved him.
Well, that's a heck of a tearjerker right there. Congrats, Coach, on a legendary career. Now we go to a foggy Crystal Falls as the Forest Park Trojans take on Onekama, the Portagers, and we're jumping right into the action there. There's the horse with the Trojan flag. 5 seconds off the clock in the first quarter. It's Forest Park on a first down, ball on the 37-yard line, and Dax Hookey gets it done. He's off and dancing around the defense into the end zone for 6. Forest Park leads it early, first quarter. Now it's Onekama's ball. Here's the snap. Quarterback searching out of nowhere. Trojan senior Kevin Giuliani gets the sack, and the ball goes flying. No recovery, but still quite the hit. Into the first quarter, Trojans 21, Portagers 0. With a couple minutes left in the second quarter. First down and 10 on the 48-yard line. Nathaniel Barrett breaks out, avoids the tackle, tiptoes on the sideline, and gets into the end zone. After a successful 2-point conversion, the Portagers are on the board. Third quarter now, Trojans on a 3rd down and 5 on the 12-yard line. And it's Nick Stevens, the senior, narrowly avoiding the tackle and diving into the end zone for another 6. After a hard-fought battle and a lot of flags, Forest Park comes out on top. Final score, 49-24.
We find a way to win. We stopped the momentum. We got a score right away. We got that turnover, led to a score. We got that turnover on the kickoff, and when dominoes start falling, it's hard to stop them, and that's what happened with us today. We got on a roll there in the second half and took over.
A big win for the Trojans, but as head coach Ryan Fabry says, job's not finished. As the Trojans will move on to face Morris in the 8-player final next Saturday, the 23rd, at the Superior Dome in Marquette. Game time set for 2 p.m. Now, the Trojans and the Orioles met back in 2019 during the regular season. Forest Park took the win 22-14. We'll have to see if they can do it next Saturday. And keeping it going with 8-player, we go to Pickford, where the Panthers hosted the Inland Lakes Bulldogs in the Division I state semifinal for 8-player. Opening kickoff here, Panthers back to receive. It's Gunnar Bennon who picks up the bouncing ball, and it's off to the races. He would go all the way, and Pickford leads 8-0 after Story punches in a successful 2-point conversion. Now the Bulldogs answer on their first drive. Quarterback Aiden Fenstermaker takes the direct snap, avoids the dog pile, and he goes 80 yards untouched for the touchdown. It's 8-6. Pickford leads it. But back to the Panthers. Tommy Story writing his own destiny. He takes the snap, walks it in for the touchdown. It's 16-6 Pickford. Now the Bulldogs not going out without a fight. Fenstermaker again here takes the snap right up the gut, and he would go all the way to the casa for 6. But Pickford still ahead 28-12. The Bulldogs try, but the Panthers would take a knee, and it's over. Pickford headed to the state championship with a 34-18 win. Pack your bags, Purple Nation. You're going to the Superior Dome, where Pickford will take on the Deckerville Eagles on Saturday, the 23rd at 11 a.m. Maybe the Panthers can hoist a state championship. And quickly here in college scores tonight, Northern Michigan falls 30-14 to Wayne State. The Wildcats finish 0-11. Michigan Tech claims a comeback win against Saginaw Valley State, scoring 22 unanswered in the fourth quarter to win 32-28. In men's basketball, NMU gets the buzzer beater win. Julian Smith delivered the dagger from the left wing for 3. NMU still undefeated. Michigan Tech men's basketball falls against Winona State. The Huskies are 2-1. To women's basketball, NMU rolls Bemidji State 80-51. The Cats are 4-0. Michigan Tech falls against Minnesota Crookston. The Huskies are 2-2. College volleyball sweeps across the board for Northern and Tech. Northern over Saginaw. Michigan Tech over Lake Superior State. And finally, college hockey. Northern Michigan plays to a tie with Minnesota State. They win the shootout with a goal from Jakob Alrichter. We'll have to see how the Wildcats continue next week. Well, that's all for sports. Brady's back after the break.